There's a feature inside Claude Cowork that most people completely ignore. And because of it, every session feels like you're starting from zero. There's no context. You're describing what you need and how that output should be, what your business does. And every single session feels like you're starting from zero. That's where Claude skills come in. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 things. First, what a skill is, how to build your own skill, as well with the skills I'm actively using in my workflow right now. Let's go ahead and dive into this. The problem is that every session you're explaining yourself over and over again, your business audience, your tone, your goals. It doesn't actually understand your business or what you're trying to do in that specific task. But this isn't a Claude problem, it's a skill problem. So imagine hiring a new employee. You don't just throw them down into work with zero context. You sit them down, you explain the role, the audience, the rules. Once after that, it's going to follow those specific parameters every single time. So when you're thinking about making a skill, there's 4 steps on how to create that skill. You pick the task, something that you're consistently doing on repeat. If that's scripting, competitor research, headline, titles, whatever it is, it's something that you're continuously doing that you can build a skill for. You want to think about the instructions. What should it do and what it shouldn't do, right? Right now, you're continuously using Cowork and it's giving you a lot of jargon. We want to kind of mitigate that. So you're basically telling Claude who you are, how to treat this file every time you interact. And it's as easy as putting /skill or /research. It's going to always follow those parameters every time you're using it. This is the best way to scale either your content or whatever you're doing for that specific task. Think of it as writing a job description for one of your employees. So what actually happens when you start using skills? Claude already knows who you are. It's the same format, the same quality every single time. There's full context loaded automatically. It feels like it actually understands your business and it's actually unlocking Cowork. Without it, you're always explaining yourself over and over. It's inconsistent. It's like you're starting from zero every single time. Claude feels like a generic tool at that point. It's, again, only using about 30% of what Cowork actually does for you and your business. Stop starting from zero, build it once, use it forever, and that's the only shift that needs to happen today to get the most out of Cowork. Let's go ahead and dive into how to actually build your own skill now. So now we're going to go ahead and dive into some of the skills I'm actively using. We see that we have a morning brief. So now that we're in Cowork, let's go ahead and look at the skills that I have already built in. We can see if we go to Cowork on this left-hand side, we go to scheduled. I do have a morning brief. Let's go ahead and look at this. This does fire every day at 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Let's go ahead and look at today's. We go ahead and look at this HTML. We can scroll down. We can see that it has the AI news. This is things that's happening today. It does this research on my behalf, so I'm making sure that I'm on top of everything. We can see that it has some action steps on my emails to reply to. We have my schedule right here, as well with my to-do list, which is like posted 2 to 3 shorts today, make a YouTube video, as well with my meeting at 1 p.m. We can see that I get this every single day. It does happen automatically every single time. We can see that I don't even need to prompt it. It is scheduled. We go to scheduled. We go to the morning brief. We can see these are my active skills I'm using. I have ideation, short form ideas, scripting long form, short form, go high level automations because we do a lot of custom work in go high level, competitor research, slide generator is a slide generator. That presentation that I was showing you earlier, pretty much created it automatically based off of my script. What's really cool is that Cowork gives you its own skill builder and you pretty much access it by going to new chat, Cowork, you do dash skill and it's going to automatically pop up. Now this skill creator, you pretty much want to give it a prompt of what you want to achieve. So if I was trying to achieve, if I click on the exact project, I'm going to go ahead and do go high level automations, allow, this is in my second brain. We'll go over that in another video. I want to build a copywriter. If we're going to build a skill for copywriting, right? And it was for like funnels, email sequences, the best way to do it is just doing skill creator and giving it context. I want this skill to be the best copywriter in the world. So I'm going to give it a very simple prompt. I want to build a skill for the best copywriters in the world. Ask me questions on how that copy should be designed, right? Now it's going to ask me questions on how that copy should be formatted. We can see that it's asking me questions. We see a series of 3 questions. You can pretty much go over it. We're going to do email sequences, sales page, as well as social media content. Let's go ahead and go to the next question. what type of copywriting philosophies would you like to use. We want to do modern conversations and strategic brief. We see that it's creating the skill on our behalf, and all we have to do is just answer a bunch of questions and it's going to pretty much format that skill. And what's really cool, once it has it built out, that's when we start adding our parameters to it. This is where you start building your brand voice. Once you give it more context, you want to give it more scripts, how you like copy, more examples to follow. You could do either /copywriter or anything write me copy. That's going to go ahead and trigger the skill automatically. You don't even have to pull it from anywhere. In a single chat using Cowork, it's going to automatically pull these principles. Now that it's built the skill, we can see the philosophy around it, the emotional behind it, the format awareness, the triggers, the rich benefit, the social copy. It's still asking me good questions to get the right format. So now that you know how to create your own skill, we're going to go ahead and go over a couple skills that I'm using actively. And if you want them, just go ahead and leave a comment skill and I'll go ahead and send them to you. If we go ahead and use Jarvis as my other brain, we're going to go ahead and do /competitor analysis. We're going to go ahead and send it out. That's all I need to do. Now this knows what it needs to do. It's going to generate me an HTML file where I can go ahead and view. It's going to be all of my competitors, the recent videos, pretty much the videos I should make based off of what's working now. Now that I launched that skill, what it's going to do, it's going to do research on my behalf on the videos that's working, compare it to my competitors, pretty much analyzing the market for my ICP, which is teaching people how to use Cowork. We can see that it's launching 13 different channels on AI news, AI videos, what's actually working and what is actually new now. We can see as soon as it was done with the actual research itself, it went ahead and built me a dashboard. So now that we've seen that it did the research, the next thing it does, it builds a dashboard so it's super easy to view. Let's go ahead and check on that now. So we can see that it did a YouTube competitor scan. It did 10 recommendations, 13 channels that it actively used. It went through 40 videos that got scanned, as well as 8 different topics. We can see that it's giving us recommendations between urgent, high, and opportunity. It gave us trending topics, what type of content our competitors are making. We have Nate Herc here, what titles they're using. We can see pretty much everything here. What type of topics. We can see that Nate Herc is here. Pretty much videos I can make my content about for my ICP. And it's also giving us the most views in my niche pretty much for my ICP that is segmented by the views itself, the most, the least. This is a really good way to actually ideate what type of videos I want to make. From this gives me a good standpoint of what my next video should. We went over what a skill is, how to create your own skill, and one of my skills here are competitor analysis. And if you do want the skill, go ahead and comment the word skill. I'll go ahead and send it your way. But hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe.